Hello and welcome to Backstage Goss, the podcast where we dive into the entertainment world. Not just the red carpets and glitter, but the panic, the tears, the questionable career choices, and the what was I thinking moments too. We're talking to real people with real dreams, surviving the highs, the lows, and the occasional identity crisis along the way. So, grab your popcorn. This is going to be fun. In this episode, we talk to Harvey Duddles. Now, Harvey's journey takes us into the world of drama and music. Yeah, he lost his love and his passion for the acting world, but he found his love for music. He became a drummer. Let's find out what it's all about.
Hi, my name's Harvey Duddles. I am a drummer.
Harvey Duddles. I can remember when you were a mere slip of a young girl. Yeah, I know. I'm glad it put a smile on your face. Yeah, it's good to see you, Harv. How have you been?
Thank you, man. Good, really good. I literally this year I turned 30, which is,
Shut up.
Yeah, feels mental. But in the last year, I've bought a house. I've done all of the adult stuff as such.
Oh my God.
Life's just great at the minute.
Good for you, man. Yeah, have you settled down? Have you got anyone on your arm or what?
Not got anyone on my arm, but I've just settled down in the house. So I've been in the house since last February.
Yeah.
So that's all settled down locally as well.
Are you on your own or have you got a partner or what?
No, live on my own. I'm on my own. So I quite like my own space and my own time. So
good for you, man.
Kind of living on my own, living in a house on my own works really well for me.
Yeah. No, good for you. All right, well, listen. I want you to take us on your journey, yeah, into the world of entertainment. Listen to me. Because when did you actually start? You know, way back. What was you doing?
So it would have probably been with you when you were directing.
Yeah.
Early on, literally would have been 5-6 years old, I think, when I first started working with you, and then I went down the Knits route in Newark, which is a drama group in Newark.
That was with Carolyn, wasn't it? Carolyn Drury.
With Carolyn Drury.
Yeah, bless her. Yeah.
And Flick as well, obviously. Flick was a massive part of that.
Of course, yeah.
But that was kind of my performance up until 16, 17, which is when I really started taking drums seriously at that point.
Yeah.
So I've kind of always been on there, always on the stage.
Yeah.
But I stopped acting and went on to the music side of things quite late on compared to other drummers, realistically, or other musicians.
Did you never fancy going into the business?
I don't know what it was. There was just something about it that just didn't really appeal to me that much. And I feel like if you're going to do it, you've got to 100% commit and love every second of it.
But, I mean, you were committed, weren't you? Every weekend you'd be down there and you'd...
Yeah.
Did you just lose...
I think I just lost the passion to be performing in that way as such.
Yeah.
So the passion, perform and play is still there.
Yeah.
100% it is, but just in a different way to what it used to be.
Yeah. What did you used to like about those sessions?
Particularly with Knits, there was a real social element of it as well. So it wasn't just you coming in and you're acting. That was kind of my friendship group.
Right.
And that was my social time. That was my time with my friends, was while we were at Knits.
Yeah. And a nice bunch of people, weren't they?
Yeah, really nice, to be fair. There was, I'm trying to think who else there was, the leaders. There was Tim McManus as well, who was...
Seriously? Tim was there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Tim was the leader while I was there.
Wow.
So he used to lead my group quite a bit. He always used to take the older group on. And that, for years, I was in that group. So I was in Tim's group quite a bit.
Yeah. What type of stuff did you do, shows-wise?
So looking back in school, I stopped doing school shows quite early on. So I went into the technical side of things. So operating spotlights, doing the sound and lighting for shows as well, which is what I went on to with training at university as well.
Oh, what university did you go to?
I went to Confetti. So
right.
Part of Trent University at the time. I don't know if they are anymore. I don't think they are. But at the time I went to Confetti. It was the first ever year. My year was the first ever year to do a degree in technical events through Confetti.
Wow,
So
how'd you get on?
Down that route.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved every second of it. Loved every single second of it. I think if it wasn't for COVID, for the lockdown, I'd still be in that industry now. I'd still be a technician now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I took a job on, like a working from home call centre job during COVID. Full intention to go back to the theatres and go back as an engineer. And lockdown lifted, the theatres reopened, and I just didn't really, once again, I didn't feel the push to go leave my full-time job with a good pay packet as well, to go back to being a self-employed 0 hours contractor in a theatre.
Let's just talk about that, because you mentioned, salaried, and freelance. What were the difficulties there?
So I worked a lot with the Palastrator in Newark.
Yeah.
As a spotlight, and then when I moved to Nottingham for university, I moved on to the Theatre Royal Concert Hall. And the problem at the time was getting guaranteed regular work. So because we were all on 0 hours contracts, quite rightly as well, they'd find out they didn't need the staff.
Right.
So some of us would then get shifts cancelled. So like money that people were relying on, I wasn't that bad because I was a student. So I kind of had my stuff to fall back on. But there was people there that pretty much was their job as such, and that's all that they did.
Yeah.
And they'd end up having their shifts cancelled and losing out on money.
Oh, dear.
Nah, there was nothing against the theatre. That's nothing that they could have helped. But that's the issue when you've got 0 hours contract.
Yeah, yes.
If I'd have had a full-time contract there, I don't think I'd have ever left, realistically.
Really?
But yeah, I loved it there. I loved working there. But
what was it?
It was the industry that was putting me off.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was just going to say, what was it?
Having the pay packet.
Yeah, what was it that, you really enjoyed about that job?
I think I've always been creative as a person, ever since I was a kid, and kind of having an input into whatever was going on. So I did a Gary Barlow concert at the Royal Concert Hall. Literally just unloading trucks, didn't design anything. He was on tour. I was building. Unloading trucks and putting things together.
How did you get that job?
So that was on a 0 hours contract at the Royal Concert Hall. So they have house crew, house staff.
Yeah.
That just unload trucks and build on stage. And that was my job for 2.5 years while I was a student.
Oh, wow, I never knew.
All of these massive concerts. Did the same at the Theatre Royal. So shows that were touring. So what shows did I do at the Theatre Royal? Beautiful, the Carole King musical. I was in the load out for that show. So I didn't design anything as such, but there was still the element of achievement.
Right.
From walking on a blank stage to walking out with a West End standard set, built, rigged up. And that, for me, that was my sense of achievement working in that job.
Yeah, good for you, man. So when you did that job, what were your type of duties that you had to do?
So that was, you'd turn up and you'd get put on either truck where you were just lifting cases and getting them inside. And then once they were inside, you'd get split off either into sound or lights or staging, depending on how big the staging was on the tour.
Yeah.
So you can be plugging lights in and plugging cables into a light one day, but the next day you're dangling off a rig trying to hang a speaker. So that was also part of the fun for me, because you never knew what you were going to be until you got there.
Right.
And for me, that was a lot of fun. Like the variety.
Is it easy enough for people nowadays to get into that business, or what?
I think because there are so many 0 hours contracts and there are so many people in that industry that are freelance, because each venue you're only looking at 2 or 3 full-time staff.
Right.
If you're being realistic for technicians. And on some of the shows I did, there was 20, 30 of us.
Wow.
So, and the rest of it was all made up from casual staff. So you just go through a normal job interview, realistically, like you would do for a bar job on a 0 hours contract.
Right.
They don't ask for that much experience. They just know, can you plug in a cable? Realistically, and you learn the rest on the job.
Really, is that it? Yeah. Can you plug this in for me? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So that's the beauty about those shows is those tours are so well drilled, particularly by the time they get to Nottingham. Because when they're at Nottingham, they've been on the road already for, 2-3 months sometimes?
Yeah.
So it is literally everyone that's on the tour, because they've got their own crew as well, knows exactly what goes where.
Right.
And it is literally pick this up, put it over there, plug this cable into it.
End off.
And that's it. And 2.5 hours later, you've got a fully rigged show ready to go.
Wow.
And for me, what always blew me away, the touring crew, was how well drilled they were.
Yeah, right.
Everyone knew what their part was. And no one really deviated from what they needed to be doing.
The thing for me is, when I look at that, when you're on the production side, it's the same old. You know what I mean? I'd have got bored with it. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, but there was a lot of, I suppose, when you're on tour, when you're on the road, those people become your family. Yeah. So there was a lot of camaraderie, there was a lot of banter, which did get us through the shift a lot of the time. So there was some shows, I think it might have been the Carole King show, the Carole King musical.
Wow.
We didn't actually get out the theatre till 3 o'clock the next morning.
Oh, that's the thing, isn't it?
On the get out.
Yeah, those get outs. I mean, it's like when we were doing, the community pantomimes and everything else, or the operatics. All the actors and actresses would go, and then you got all the poor sods on production. 12, 1, 2, 3, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do the tour, but there was a story about when Jersey Boys toured to Nottingham, and it took them 3 days to de-rig the show. There was that much going on. I've seen Jersey Boys, I saw it in London, and there is a lot going on. It was the same production I saw a couple of years before. And all of the moving sets, the lights come up and down and everything. Yeah. And that is all on tour.
3 days.
So they had two or three replica sets.
Yeah.
That one was being packed down, one was being built, and one was being used in the show.
Wow.
Take That had a very similar thing on, I think it was on their Progress tour, where they actually had 4 replica sets of the same thing in stadiums all over the country.
Good heavens.
One was being used.
Yeah.
One was being transported. One was being packed down. One was being set up.
Oh.
Almost just copy and paste.
Yeah,
in every single venue.
But I mean, doing that type of work, that's hard graft, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of heavy lifting involved, and like I was saying, sometimes you'd turn up and you get told you were on the truck, and you were literally just lifting flight cases all day.
Oh, no, I couldn't do it.
But that for me was actually quite good because you didn't see any of it go up.
Oh, right.
You were in the back of a truck all day.
Yeah.
And you walk back through, and suddenly there's a massive concert, fully set up. So you walk out on an empty stage, and you walk back in, and everything's set up, ready to go.
You're easily pleased, aren't you? Stay in the back of that truck, get it all unloaded. Yeah.
I ended up on truck a lot because I was one of the youngest.
Oh, okay.
So at the time, I would have been early 20s, probably 19, early 20s.
Oh, okay.
So there was always the young guys would end up in the truck.
Yeah.
Which was kind of the unwritten rule, I guess, at the theatre.
What was the best show you ever did?
Probably that Gary Barlow tour.
Yeah?
Because I actually took my mum to the show. So I did the load-in, took my mum to the show. He did 2 nights at the Raw Concert Hall.
Yeah.
And I did the load-out the next day.
Did you get to meet him?
And I didn't. Not on that occasion. There's been a couple of times where you do kind of bump into people.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool, but it's the whole professionalism, I guess, as well. It's kind of, I don't want to say frowned upon.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not the best look, probably.
So you're telling me they had their heads up their arses?
Not at all. No, they some of them were. So I did Splendour one year for Nottingham Council, and it was the year when Buster did it. Tony Hadley, Chiefs headlined.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely day. On Tony Hadley drove his own truck, which was quite funny. So Buster had these fly-by-night massive lorries that would turn up, and Tony Hadley turns up in a minibus with all his band in it, and bringing a thing behind him which had all their gear in it.
Wow.
And he was driving.
I met Tony Hadley back in the, let me get this right, back in the 90s. I think it was about 94. It was when Tony Hadley was there. What's his name? Oh gosh, what's his name? I can't think of his name. The ribbed guy. Katie Price's ex-old man. Andre.
Oh,
Peter Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was out there, they were all doing a was it Little Mix? No, Mag Mix. Oh, I don't know. Some magazine was there. Yeah. And they'd put them all out, and all the big boys turned up, and Tony was there, along with Peter Andre, and that was the night I was filming right out in the audience, and I captured it. Stage was pitch black. Yeah. I'm literally right on the edge of the stage, and then the light came on, and you thought, oh my gosh, there's an Adonis man stood in front of you. He lifted up his microphone, and nothing came out. He went ballistic. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It makes me think, because there was a couple of times when I worked at the conference centre at Nottingham University. So I worked there for about 7 months. And so many conferences, because the thing with the conferencing was they never had that much time. Realistically, right. If you think about bands and shows, how long they sound check for, how long they get set up. The conferences that I worked, it was, hello, my name's whatever, I'm presenting the next slot in 10 minutes without any form of rehearsal. It was, here's my PowerPoint on a memory stick.
Oh, gosh.
I'm presenting in 10 minutes. So that was a lot of pressure when you were one of the AV techs in that venue.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And we did loads of stuff there. I was there for about 6 months consistently.
Yeah.
And they had 1 day a week where they didn't have an event on.
Ooh, that's something going,
Sunday where they wouldn't have an event.
Yeah.
But some days they'd have 2 or 3 events in 1 day. So you'd have a morning event, quick turnaround, afternoon, and then a formal evening.
Yeah.
But with 3 separate companies as well, so 3 separate clients.
Cool.
Sometimes there was clients in one half of the conference centre and a different client in the other.
Wow.
So that was the conferencing side of things.
Yeah.
Which was probably faster paced than working in the theatre or working in the console.
Yeah, right. What's the whole downside to that way of life?
I'd say probably, like I was saying, a lot of it is casual contracts or self-employed. But there is a lot of antisocial hours.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, a lot of the get outside beyond. You were lucky if you got out of the theatre before midnight.
Do they pay you extra for that, or is that part and parcel of the contract?
Only if you go past 3 a.m. is when you get paid extra.
Oh, right.
But there's things like, if it's a particularly late one, they'll cover your taxi home.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like they weren't a bad company to work for.
Yeah. But
it was just kind of part and parcel of the job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your whole journey, it's full on, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. I look back on it now, and obviously we'll talk about the drums and the music side of things in a bit.
Yeah.
But look back on it now, and that way of life was very fast-paced. I don't know how I found time to even play drums at that point, because I was still in bands at that point as well.
Oh, right. Well, I mean,
I was still playing at that time.
Yeah. Would you recommend that type of lifestyle to people, or or give it a miss?
What I'd say is, if you're going to do it, get into it while you're young.
Oh,
As in go and train or whatever. They don't really ask for qualifications a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But if you want to get into it,
Yeah.
I'd probably say the best time is when you are early 20s.
Yeah.
Early to mid 20s. It's a great way to live.
But what would you go and learn?
So you'd learn the design side of things if you were to go down the training route. So when I was at Confetti, I went to Lincoln College as well and did technical theatre at Lincoln.
Right.
And then kind of expanded into live events in general at university.
Yeah.
And you learn the design side of things. You learn programming as well, so programming lighting desks.
Yeah.
And like actually the actual operation side of things.
Right.
Whereas if you're working for the venue, you're not going to get that much operation times.
Yeah.
Realistically, you're literally going to be a body to lift and plug. So it depends on what people want to do.
Yeah. I suppose when you look at it, I mean...
designer also on the tour.
Right.
So you've got to be willing to live your life on the road for 9 months at a time.
Wow, 9 months. Yeah, you see, again, no good. It's got to be a single man, innit? Or single person, I should say.
If you look at how long these shows tour for now, the concerts now, they go venue to venue to venue to venue. And even the theatre shows as well now, like the way that they tour.
Yeah.
Your travel day is once a week. You're not going to have time to go home.
No.
And there was a lot of people that were on the tours that were getting to the end of the tour. And they were saying, I heard people saying things like, I'm ready to kind of say goodbye to the show.
Oh, really?
After 9 months.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you had to sum it up, what were the highlights of doing that work?
It's got to be looking at it as a whole. So you've done the loading, the early morning loading. You come in while the show's still on. So the crew are normally called for 10 if the show's coming down just after.
Right.
So while the show is doing the finale or got a couple of songs left, the crew are already in the building.
Right.
And kind of like hearing that reaction from the audience and knowing you contributed, granted a very small element, but you still contributed to that experience for the audience.
Wow,
for me, that will never change.
Yeah, do you know what? I've never looked at it that way, but you're right. Yeah, that whole form of adulation when the crowd are roaring and they're you're right. Yeah, you're part of that because without your bit,
the lighting wouldn't be there if you hadn't been there at 10 o'clock in the morning to load in.
Right. Good
so
for you.
That was kind of the thing for me, was knowing you contributed to something which was massive.
Yeah.
And at the time, I think, because I was so young, I didn't quite realise exactly how much I had contributed.
Yeah.
But now looking back on it, yes, I was pushing flight case and plugging lights in. But the amount of shows that I worked on, for me, it was just work.
Right.
But if I look now at the amount of tours that I did at that time, I mean, I was in the venue for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Show a day, most weeks.
Too much.
So
too much for me. All right,
it's mental.
Yeah, mental was the word. And on the word mental, we're going to move on. How then did you make that transition from that work into music?
So I was looking at it. I had a quick Google earlier, and the first time that I actually played drums was the Newark Blues Festival, the first ever Newark Blues Festival, when I was 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
And that was in Castle Grounds.
Yeah.
They used to do a workshop at the Blues Festival, which is when I first started playing. And that was, you turned up with a pair of drumsticks, with a guitar, and you will learn 2 songs and open up the festival on the Saturday.
Oh.
And that's when I first played. So there was me, there was another drummer, there was about 7 guitarists.
Oh, yeah.
Keyboards and all that.
Yeah.
And you'd turn up and there was teachers already there. They would teach you 2 songs or 3 songs. And then that band, whatever band had turned up in that morning, would open the festival on the Saturday.
Oh, right.
Which gets you into musicianship.
Yeah.
And gets you... Because I've played a couple of gigs where I've not even met the members till I got to the venue.
Really?
So I think back to a gig I played in Nottingham last year or the year before.
Yeah.
All that I'd heard was the music. I'd never actually met one of the members.
So let me...
I got there.
Wow, that's just crazy. Let me just ask you something. How did you learn the drums? What's that process?
So they had an EP ready to go.
Yeah.
They sent me their whole EP and just said, this is our set list. It was original stuff as well, so it wasn't covers. If it was covers, it would have been easier.
Oh.
But it was all their own music. And we just couldn't make rehearsal schedules line up.
Oh, that must be a nightmare.
So the first time I met him was backstage before we played, about 10 minutes before we played.
But how did you take it from, well, say, turning up and then playing? Did you have like any click tracks or what to practice from, or what? How did that work?
So they sent me clicks. I practiced with the click. But live, for whatever reason on that night, I don't think their backup was working. The main thing wasn't working. We just went without click.
How did you manage?
Click track. I love playing with click track, but on that one, it was very much, it's something that you learn from musicianship again. You've just got to communicate.
Right.
Whether that's little signals or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the sort of tricks that you pick up the more gigs you play. Even like a look, the guy that I play with now, he'll give me a look when I'll know that's when we're going into something a bit different.
Got ya.
Because the band that I play in now, a couple of the songs don't actually have any ending written.
Right.
And we just jam it out and see what happens.
Was that a bit of improv?
Just improvise on the spot.
Oh.
Which is... I think back to my drumming exams.
Yeah.
Because I did all my gradings and went down there. And part of the grading is actually improv.
Oh, really?
Where you listen to the song once.
Yeah.
And then you got to play the song in full straight after.
What?
So you listen to it, you can have it either with drums or without drums.
Yeah.
And then they'll play the same song, and you've got to play it. Whatever you're feeling, that it brings on the improvisation.
Yeah.
It's an old jazz way of doing it, I guess. Because obviously jazz is quite improvised anyway a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time when I was doing my grades, it was a jazz song. So you'd just get keyboards, a jazz bass line. Once again, not a cover, an original song for that exam board. And you just have to play it.
But do you,
the best.
But do you actually play by ear, or you I don't know. I mean, how do you learn?
So it's a bit of a weird one because I was listening to James's podcast that you did before, and he spoke about kind of karaoke and learning to sing at karaoke's and all that. And I learned to play going to jam nights and going to open mics.
Oh, okay.
So they did it at Navigation, still do it now at Navigation in Newark.
Yeah. Because that's your dad who's got that. Has your dad still got the Nav?
That's right, yeah. Yeah, he has.
Good old Davy Duddles.
The first time that I properly played was at a jam night at Nav.
Oh, right.
I'd done all my gradings. I didn't really fancy it as much. I hadn't really played for a while.
Yeah.
And someone tapped me and basically said, "You're on."
Oh.
I didn't have any sticks on me. They knew I could. They knew I played.
Right.
And it was kind of didn't really give me a choice.
Wow.
They just said, "We need a drummer." And
in at the deep end.
You're going on.
Nice.
And then I played, And then I thought to myself, what was I messing about at? Not playing for 6 months, 7 months.
Ah,
Play live.
so a level of realisation, you've been pussyfooting around.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been with a band which didn't end that great.
Why? Take us through that. What happened?
It was the band I was in when I was working for the Theatre Royal. Things went down, arguments were hard, didn't end very well. Just got very sour very quickly.
Right, let me just stop you. Right. So group dynamics obviously plays a very important role within a band.
Yeah. Very, very much so.
Who takes the role of the leader then?
The singer genuinely tends to lead it. But at the time, that band was put together through a website. So there's a website called Join My Band.
Oh, right.
Which is people post on that website looking for a drummer in Nottingham, looking for a guitarist in Birmingham. And then whoever applies, it's a bit like a dating app, but for musicians. And you'll arrange a meet up, you'll arrange a jam.
Yeah.
But the singer takes on the main dynamic a lot of the time.
Oh, right. I'm gonna
the bands that I've been in since.
Yeah. You didn't have to swipe right or swipe left for your bands, did you?
No. No, it was literally, somebody would post on it saying, looking for a drummer in Nottingham.
Yeah.
And then you'd message them over this website.
Yeah.
And literally say, I'm a drummer, I'm available.
Did anyone ever ask you, show me your sticks? What type of sticks do you have? You know what I mean? You get that creepy voice that goes with it and you think, nah, this band's not for me, no.
There was a couple of them just reading the advert, and then I think it kind of comes in your head of, I don't think this one's for me. I think I'm going to leave
Oh,
this
really?
one
Oh,
alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There was a couple of moments like that.
Because how long have you been drumming now then?
So that was the first blues festival was when I was 9 years old. And then I went through for a couple of years where I'd turn up and play the blues festival every year. But that was all that I did for drums.
Right.
So I never went to any lessons or anything. My lesson was learning to play whatever song we were opening up the blues festival with.
Got ya.
So they did that in the Castle grounds for a couple of years. They did it at the Palace Theatre for a couple of years as well.
Yeah.
And then COVID kind of stopped that festival.
Yeah.
And then I don't think it's really fully recovered since then.
No, I don't think it's running, is it?
No, not as the Newark Blues Festival.
No, right.
They have the other things, like they have the Newark Festival and they have the Newark Hustle.
Yeah.
As well, which is all around the different bars in Newark. So you have that every summer.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going ahead this year, but for the last couple of years, you've literally every bar in Newark has taken over by live music.
Nice.
From early afternoon till late night.
Yeah.
I think Dad had 10 or 11 bands on last year.
Yeah.
And same the year before.
Yeah, crazy. Well, let me ask, how many bands you been in?
Side of it's mental. I'm trying to think. It's got to be around 15, I'd say.
15?
Since I was like 16, 17. Yeah.
Mate, there must be something really wrong with somebody for you to be moving around. 15?
But I do a lot of cover gigs at the minute as well.
Oh, okay.
Covers as in playing covers, so I play in a wedding band. But I've also done a lot of depth gigs, they're called, where you're not the normal drummer.
Right.
For whatever reason, the drummer can't make it.
Yeah.
And you step into that band for 1-2 gigs, depending on how long it is.
But how do you pick up?
A lot of that.
Again, how do you pick up, the stuff that they play?
So with those, they'll send you a set list.
Right.
So I'm playing with a reggae band of all bands in September.
Yeah.
Playing a couple of gigs with a reggae band in September. I've got their set list already.
Oh, okay. So well in advance.
So I'm already learning their set.
Yeah.
And then I did one where I wasn't even on drums. So I did a little percussion setup, which I quite like doing as well.
Oh, okay.
I did that last month or the month before.
Yeah.
Once again, about a month in advance. Are you available for this gig? Here's our set list.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Which is a bit of a turning point in music.
Yeah.
From going from turning up to open mics and hoping somebody asks you to play.
Yeah, right, will do.
To having a message off somebody saying, are you available to play this?
Yeah.
So it's kind of switched a little bit. People approaching you.
Yeah.
Instead of you going up to people at an open mic and saying, you're okay if I play with you.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you a personal question, and you tell me to shut up if you don't you don't want to answer it. Yeah. Let's just talk about rates. Yeah. So I mean, how does it work? How do you charge yourselves out?
So in terms of the wedding band, we're on an agency.
Okay.
So the agency deal with all that. In terms of the originals band that I'm in,
Yeah.
that is very much booked off our own backs.
Right.
We played a gig earlier this year where we actually lost money on the gig.
How'd you lose money?
Because you got to pay the venue hire.
Oh.
Paid for the venue hire and then didn't make enough money on the door.
Right.
We've played gigs before where we've paid for the venue hire and sold it out, and it's been great. But I've also been under contracts with like managers before. Well, they'll deal with all of that.
Yeah.
But then once again, the band's payment is based on how many tickets you sell.
Oh, so you get a cut.
Yeah.
So the agent's never going to lose, is he?
No, it's the same with external promoters. External promoters are great sometimes because once again, you don't have to hire the venue. They deal with all the hassle of the venue and doing all of the organisation of it. When you're with an external promoter or with a manager, you turn up, sound check and play. Whereas when you do it yourself, which I quite like doing, it's quite fun for me.
Yeah.
Is doing it yourself.
Are you unusual in that respect or what?
I think DIY is very popular within the industry.
Mm.
But it's a big risk to take. Paying the venue hire, gambling almost on selling tickets.
Yeah, I suppose that's the biggest downside to it all, isn't it?
Yeah.
Taking those risks.
And that's the thing when you go through a promoter is you don't have that hassle.
Yeah.
You don't have the hassle of what if we don't have enough tickets.
But I mean...
Well, you do because you want people to be at the show.
Right. But does that mean that you have to go and do your own self-promotion as well as the promoter or what?
Yeah. So in that, you normally... The promoter would kind of expect you to promote on social media or post or whatever. A couple of weeks running too. And then they have like exclusivity things where like you can't play, say you're playing in Nottingham. Yeah. You can't play in Nottingham 2 weeks either side of the gig if you're going for that promoter.
Oh, okay.
To try and drum up a little bit of warrant for that gig.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's not best practice anyway if you're gigging every week.
Yeah.
Because then your audience is going to be spread out across 7 or 8 different gigs.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So personally, I'd rather have a busier gig and play less gigs. There's some people that would rather play more gigs. But because I'm in a position where I play in a couple of bands now as well. Yeah. I don't have to play the same gigs with the same band all the time.
Yeah. I'm just intrigued, if you're doing the DIY stuff, you really are your own promoter then, aren't you?
You do everything.
Yeah.
So you'd hire the venue, you'll get a sound engineer, you'll get the venue equipment, a barman, and normally somebody on security or somebody on the door.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're hiring an empty room.
No, so yeah, I mean, it'll be the same for everything, and I know costs vary. But what would be an average cost just to put that small team of people together? Then,
So you're looking at, depending on the size of venue.
Yeah,
So we're looking at one for our EP launch in September,
yeah.
and they're looking at around 250 to 300 quid
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad.
for those people.
Yeah,
No, but then there's some which are bigger venues,
yeah,
but you're looking at 700, 800 quid
yeah,
as a one-off payment, which is where the risk is.
yeah. You've definitely got to have a good social media following.
For this venue.
Yeah.
You've got to find a way to get people through the doors.
So when you put a band together, then
Yeah.
what's the procedure for getting the socials out? I mean, do you do individual little blogs, or do you do it as a group? How does that work?
Every band works differently.
Yeah.
So my current bandmate is my all-time best friend.
Oh, okay.
So we just spend a couple of nights a week just either sat in the pub or at each other's houses, and we just hammer emails.
Right.
To promoters.
Yeah.
To venues.
Yeah.
Somebody please give us a gig.
Yeah.
It's very much, you've just got to throw something till something sticks.
Yeah.
It really is. And we were saying actually, me and Miles were saying the other day, we've emailed 20-something venues over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we've had something like 2 replies.
Wow.
I guess that's where it gets a bit disheartening as well. Because you feel like
completely.
You're banging your head against the brick wall.
Right. But do you ever send in like demo tapes and everything else?
So you have to send in music and demos. We've got music already out, so we'll just link them to our Spotify or our Apple Music.
Yeah.
But they will look at social media following as well.
Yeah, they want to know that you got the draw, don't they?
Yeah. And that's it. It's not how good your music, it's how many tickets can you sell.
End of.
Or how many Instagram followers you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which for me, that kind of where the frustration comes into it.
Right.
Is you can be in the best band in the world.
Yeah.
But if you've not got the social media pull.
Yeah.
Then they're not really going to look at you in terms of a promoter. Which I understand as well. There's nothing against promoters.
Yeah.
But that's just the way that the industry is.
Well, look, we're nearing the end. I mean, I didn't realise there was so much to it. I've got to be honest with you. What's your next step? What you on with?
So, I was saying I'm depping for a couple of wedding bands at the minute.
Yeah.
And then we've got our EP coming out in September.
What's the name of the EP?
So that's just going to be self-titled. So
you got a name for it yet?
Cooey.
Say it again.
Cooey.
What? Cooey.
With a K. Yeah. So that's where it came from. We were both we'd both been on the night out.
All right.
And we were both very drunk in the middle of a bar in Nottingham. Miles went to the toilet, came back downstairs, he couldn't find me. So I stood up in the middle of his bar and went, Cooey, like that at him across the bar.
Oh my gosh.
And that's where the name stuck. But the funny thing is, we said we're going to name the band that. We'd already said we were going to do a band together at that point.
Yeah.
But we hadn't properly got right in.
Yeah.
And then we said that's what it was going to be called.
Yeah.
And then on a different occasion, where we'd been out again, we did all of the promotional materials, got the logo designed and everything, paid for the logo, paid for the social media, everything, all that. And I realised that we spelt it wrong.
Oh, no!
Instead it was C. So that we said, well, we'll keep it. We paid for it now.
Oh, don't blame you. Hey, it's a nice way of doing it, though, isn't it? Nice original little story.
We told that story whenever we gig.
Yeah.
And it gets a laugh. So it's one of the things that kind of gets the audience on side.
Yeah. All right, let me ask you one last thing. If anyone wants to hear your music, where can they go? So
on all social media and streaming, it's Cooey with a K, so K-O-O-E-Y. We've got lots of stuff coming up this year.
Yeah.
I say an EP comes out this year, we've not done that many out-of-town shows yet.
Yeah.
We've kind of focused on Nottingham.
Okay, cool.
And obviously done a bit in Newark.
Where's the first gig going to be?
We're looking at going elsewhere and getting it bigger.
Yeah. Where's your first gig?
The next one, we're playing at the Navigation, actually, in Newark.
And when is that? What date?
Let me just double check.
Got his diary at hand.
The 12th of June.
12th of June, okay. What time?
Yeah, Friday night. So there's 2 bands on.
Yeah.
There's us and another band called Soft Serve, who are our friends from Nottingham, so we're bringing them over for the gig.
Okay, cool.
Normally music starts about 8:30 on those nights. Dad does it now once a month. He'll have an originals night.
Brilliant.
Where we'll have 2 originals bands on.
Yeah.
And give them the traction, I guess, and the opportunity.
Yeah. That's nice. Nice that he keeps that going.
Not something that he's done before. He has music every Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
He'll have live music in there all of those nights. But he's only just realistically started getting into the original stuff.
Yeah, no, good.
He's had the old originals night.
Yeah.
But he's really going for it this year.
Good
I
for
played
him.
the one with my other band, the one just gone.
Yeah.
Last week. I played that last week. And once again, it was great. But that was to metronome, that was to click track.
Yeah.
So with that band, we literally... I saw him the week before, and that was the first time we'd seen each other since last October.
Wow.
We sat once and then played the gig. And that's the beauty when you got a click track.
Yeah.
You can rehearse from home, whereas with Cooey, we're not to click. So we turn up, rehearse, week in, week out, just in case a gig does come along.
Say no
and
more.
That's the pros and cons, realistically, of having a click and don't having a click.
Well, look, we've run out of time, but just to reiterate, Cooey can be seen June 26th down at the Navigation, yeah?
Yeah, let me just... It's
check it,
June the 12th, Friday night.
It's the 12th?
Friday the 12th of June.
Where did I get the 26th from? Oh, no, I'm out, that's why. I'm looking at my diary thinking, hang on, I'm out then. Hey, Duds, thanks ever so much, mate. I really appreciate you coming on and giving us your little journey. Hope all goes well, and keep in touch, yeah?
Will do, 100%.
Thanks for coming on Backstage Goss. Take care, man. Now, as Harvey says, to DIY or do it yourself, as they say in the industry, is too much of a risk, possibly, for most people, because you just got to do absolutely everything. That's one of the reasons why they go and get themselves a promoter. Obviously, having a promoter, you've still got work to do. You've still got to use your socials. So if you've not got your socials in place, you best start that now. But anyway, that's enough from the music world. We're going to move on to acting again, and we're going to go talk to the autistic. And we're going to move on to the acting world again. We're going to talk to Lucy Moon, who is the autistic actress. That's next on Backstage Goss.